Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, this is 1957's Johnny Gunman. And here is the poster. You can kind of see it here. It's through this opposite side, and yes, I didn't take it out here. Johnny Gunman from 1957. And this is a film I never heard of before, obviously. This is a film that was shown to me, exposed to me through this disc that also has the film The Candidate, which I've also looked at on this YouTube page. And Johnny Gunman is really, it says here, set over the course of one night in New York, Johnny Gunman is a lost late period noir following a tense battle between two mob boss hopefuls. So let's get into this film. Late 50s, there aren't a lot of films on this YouTube channel from the 50s at all, and not as many from the 60s. But you're going to see my eyes divert here because I did take notes. So let's get into Johnny Gunman. Now, if you hear the word noir, film noir, and that excites you, and if you hear the word or the words underground film, and that excites you, well, now we have a combo platter here at the Chinese restaurant. So we have late night city jazz. Definitely. Late night city jazz. I mean, how much more noir can you get there? Shops and stores and restaurants and bars in cityscape. You know what? I mean, there are elements of it. I mean, this is in black and white, but there are elements of it that remind me of Edward Hopper paintings. I mean, this is the epitome of that New York nightscape, that New York City nightscape. Almost you can almost hear some Tom Waits, or maybe Tom Waits is hanging out somewhere around here, with his album Nighthawks at the Diner. We have a young, innocent girl who is a writer who takes an adventure into the night. Now, this is a very unique premise here. Almost like someone who, like a journalist who wants to go out into the field. But the field here is kind of the New York City nightscape, unknown. She wants to spend time with different men for a few hours each. No, not sexually. She wants to spend time with them seeing their world in New York City, in the New York City night. She wants to it's almost like a journalistic adventure. And these are characters. These are real people. These are real stories. These are real situations, real lives, just like us. Characters, but very much so, maybe to her, characters from a movie that's taking place all around her, unbeknownst to her, and now she's inside of it. Criminals and childhood promises and dead fathers. A man with dolls in his house. This weird scene where this guy has a doll collection inside of his house. Then we also have the theme in here of the influence of criminals. What's the influence of the criminal person, the criminal lifestyle? Criminal power and control of the city. And then, interestingly enough, the influence of a woman on a criminal. And then the romance of a criminal. The intimacy of a criminal. Romanticizing a criminal. You know, the anti-hero that really erupted a lot in 70s cinema. You know, there is a romantic quality to when your hero of the film is not a person you would ever want to know or be around, but for the sake of the film experience, maybe you do want to be them. Maybe you do want to be their friend. Does that mean that you're a psycho? Do movies expose your true intentions? Or are movies something completely different? When a criminal is less criminal than normal, everyday, legal folk, okay? That's another theme in the film. Sure, judging a book by its cover, but also you would, people kind of have these levels of the afterlife. These people are definitely in hell, and then everybody else is in heaven. There's this aspect of we kind of are the judges, and we are always automatically better than other people. And it puts us in a position that is, we can do no wrong. It's like they say, like people, if they want to feel skinny, they get friends who are very, very overweight. Or if somebody wants to feel really pretty, then they become really close friends with very ugly people. There you go, right? So, but can a criminal be less criminal than normal folk? Yeah, I mean, criminal gets caught, or a criminal is well known in their criminal lifestyle, whereas normal folk can really have a very legal lifestyle, but behind the scenes, well, yes, we know. We have a very weird lead girl in this film. Her idiosyncrasies and her disposition are just very odd, very weird, and very interesting. I promise you that. We also have a bit of the legend of local criminals in Johnny Gunman. The family of criminals divided. Oh, now this is a familiar trope, especially in mobster films. But when you have division, when you have war within the ranks, I mean, you look at it even in the inner city situations with gang violence, okay, of course. But when they are, you see it with restaurants where, a member of the family splits and then they start another restaurant and now they're in opposition of each other. Well, that can also happen in crime. We have a really hot wife in this film. Oh, yes. Even in black and white, film. Very hot. Can believing in someone make them better? Let's reframe this a little bit. Can believing in someone's capabilities change them? Not just make them better. Can you actually change somebody? Like if somebody wanted to be a doctor and you are close to them and you really believe in them to be a bus driver, could they change and become a bus driver just by you believing in them to be? Guns versus knives versus fists. We got that trinity in Johnny Gunman. Just because the title has the word gun in it, we do have some rather more barbaric means in this film as well in the fight. We have double crossing in here, of course. An interesting deadline at the bus station. The twist and death turns of the end of the film. Really kind of pretty artistic, pretty sucker punchy, and very dark, interesting. There are vibes in this film that almost remind me of Martin Scorsese's After Hours, which is a favorite of mine. And criminals are always consumed by the act, in the hunger and the power. But is everyone always consumed by something? Or just by being good? So oftentimes we hear that people are consumed by doing something bad. Can people be consumed by doing something good? And then we also have the other question is, at any time during the day, are you consumed by something? Is it possible not to be consumed by anything at that time? And does consumption, no, not the old sickness in the old days, but consumption, being consumed, is consumption something that is only mental, or can it invade physicality as well? Or both, psychosomatic? We have the quiet of conversations in the New York City nightscape. This movie is noir conversations, like almost that film Coffee and Cigarettes. Really has that vibe as well to me. We have, a lamp, a light, and tables in black and white, almost reminding me of certain elements of feng shui in a David Lynch film. We also have narration in this film as well. 1957's Johnny Gunman.